Sentire Media.
Hello, you. You're listening to A History of Italy Summer Announcement. This is just a quick announcement which I've more or less already made in the last episode 159, but not everybody has caught up. So let me recap here because people are starting to write in and wonder what's going on. So quite rightly, I'm going to let you know what's going on. First of all, you will have noticed that we are taking a little bit of a break. This is for various reasons. First and foremost, because we have finished the Middle Ages. We're up to 1492 for all of Italy, and we deserve a break. Secondly, we're going through some important renovation work, and most of you know that along with getting married and moving house, that is one of the most stressful experiences you can go through. This has forced us into exile up in our mountain home just over an hour away from the city in the Tuscan Emilian Apennines, which is not the worst of exiles, I must say, so I'm not complaining too much there. It's just a question of going up and down to look at smashed up rooms, tiles, plumbing problems, kitchen problems, and so on and so forth. Incidentally, if you are thinking of investing in property in Italy, we have a lovely turn of the 19th to 20th century stone watermill right on the river, and we are selling. Get in touch if you're interested, just putting that out there. Add to that the usual question of that day job business that continues to stick around. So, if you've ever thought of supporting a History of Italy podcast, now is the time. Let's get rid of that day job, why don't we? I've also added a lot of activity in creating tours for the Voice Map app. Now, if you're lucky enough to visit Italy, you can come and listen to one of my many tours, which include Rome, Mantua, Parma, Ravenna, Rimini, and many others. What's more, we had a big year for school this year, with 2 graduations. Our youngest graduating from Scuola Media, middle school, and our oldest graduating from school forever. No more, why aren't you studying? Get your homework done. Are you ready for the test? Why did you not pass that? And so on and so forth. You may be thinking, but you have a second child. You'll probably be going through that all again. But no, it's not the case because the second child is a girl, and by the age of 13 or 14, women are able to take their destiny in their own hands. Who knows how we males even make it through puberty alive. So, great job to the 2 karate kids on their successful graduations. Very proud of both of you. What's more, I'm a bit behind with my studying, and I'm getting out of my comfort zone as we leave the Middle Ages, so it requires a bit more intensive study, which I am doing, don't worry. Finally, I'm working on a big surprise for all of you that will be ready in April 2024, but which I've been working on for quite a while now. All of this happening in the background of a rather eventful summer in Italy. First, intense flooding, which particularly hit the Romagna area, not too far from where we live. Then, an intense heat wave. And this week, unprecedented hailstorms, which have destroyed roofs, cars, and crops. So quite an adventure for all of Italy this summer. Let's hope for the best. And that brings us to our plans. Now, sometime in August, I will be releasing Recap 7, summarizing the episodes from about 137 to 159, basically the 15th century. After that, we should be back with our regular episodes sometime in mid-September, optimistically, or the beginning of October. There we'll be starting after the year 1492, and particularly focusing on the descent of French King Charles VIII, which kicked off the start of what are known as the Italian Wars. Meanwhile, if for some masochistic reason you've missed listening to my voice, you can go over and binge the K-Rock Chelsea Hotel podcast, which I've managed to finish up. Once again, now is a great time to decide to support the podcast. You can do so by going to ahistoryofitaly.com to the support page and clicking through to your preferred form of support: PayPal, Patreon, or Tippy. We thank you very, very much if you decide to do so. Please don't hesitate to get in touch. hello@ahistoryofitaly.com and on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and whatever the other thing is now, X or Twitter that it may be. Finally, apologies for the long silence. Thank you very much for your patience, and until we hope relatively soon, arrivederci.
Sentire Media.
Hey, podcast producers and show hosts. Do you want to join a podcast network that celebrates all things Italian? At Sentire Media, we understand the allure of Italy and its unique culture. Our devoted team of hosts and producers are all driven by their shared passion for Italy. And we work tirelessly to create the best lifestyle podcasts and content that will whisk you away to the very heart of Italy. With us, you can savor the mouth-watering flavors, get lost in the stories from the past, break down the cultural barriers, and truly immerse yourself in the vibrant traditions of this intoxicating country. If you have a great podcast idea or are already in production and would like to join Sentire Media, head over to sentiremedia.com, that's SENTIRE media.com, and find out how to submit your show.